Here we go. Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 472. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
Corey Feinstein.
Yo.
And Tony Korkanakis.
Hello.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners and viewers, to 472. This is a momentous episode, in my opinion, today. Now, I know I'm a bit of a fanboy, but I have to say, Disney Plus is out, and I'm loving it. Like, absolutely 100%. It's so great.
He's McDonald's seeing this whole thing. He's loving it.
I mean, I'm sporting the DuckTales on the video cast. I woke up this morning like giddy when the alarm went off. I was like, oh my god, I gotta get the app. So I downloaded it on like everything I own, only to find that it wasn't running great. Which it was weird. It was actually kind of working still this morning, but it wasn't. It was like saying no content, but then if you like refresh the screen, like backed out of the menu, back in, it would work. So it was very glitchy then, and it got worse throughout the day, obviously, as people logged on. We'll get into that in a minute here, but man, so very happy though. Have you guys checked it out?
No,
yeah,
of course.
Yeah. What's up? No, you guys. Yeah. We're gonna get into that. Let's hold that. We're gonna hold Disney Plus for a little bit, guys. So let's get into what else we've been up to, and we'll discuss Disney Plus at the end of the episode here. So, or towards the end is our topic. So first, I want to say I had some extra time, which is great. I finished Dragon Prince season 2, and yeah, I really like that show like a lot. Like I think season 2 was fantastic until I didn't like the finale. Just not even gonna try to hide it at all. I'm just not a big fan of. It doesn't feel like a finale. Like it just wasn't a good finale. It's a great like episode for like a middle season, but it's not a finale. So I was a little bummed about that. But I really enjoyed the content. The story this season was really cool. The growth of the characters. So I would recommend this absolutely for any fans of that Avatar or Korra. So. Yeah, it's fantastic. So I watched that, and I also got to watch more Demon Slayer. So I actually, it's funny. Last night I played like 2 hours of Outer Worlds, and then I'm like, I kind of got hooked on Demon Slayer yesterday. So I was like, crap. So I actually stopped myself playing the game because I was just thinking about I want to watch more episodes of Demon Slayer. So
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm like on episode 11 now. I want to say
nice.
11. Yeah, he's just finished off the Arrow guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty awesome. Like as soon as he got out of that, I was in that little sludge of the trials.
Training.
Yeah.
Once I got out of that thing, I was like, boom, it was like hooked. And yeah, so and I'm wondering what's going on with the sword. I'm like, okay, there's gotta be something that's gonna happen with that later, like super power up kind of thing. But it's so cool. Very much enjoying that, and I do like what you guys were talking about, the animation style that they do in combat, the way the fights are done.
Yeah.
I did like I like his move, the way he moves, like his
It's like 2D, 3D animation mix there.
Yeah. It was really cool how they did that. So, so it was actually really good. Like, I'm like I said, I'm moving through it, and so yeah. I mean, other than that, I've watched a lot of Disney Plus today, so I will talk about that in a little bit when we go through our a little review for you guys about this. But other than that, Mike, what have you been watching? Anything?
The only thing I've watched was just a little bit of something to try out Disney Plus. That's it. So.
Okay. Cool. Corey?
I finished the anime, that Go anime.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's like 70 episodes or something.
Yeah, but they're not even like 20 minutes. It's crazy because it's 3 minutes worth of intro and recap.
Yeah.
And then like another 3 minutes worth of preview and credits and stuff. So I'm like, these episodes are like literally like 16 to 17 minutes long. Yeah. So I got to blow through them really quick. Plus, like, you can watch them at the gym or whatever and stuff. So blew through that. It's really enjoyable. I liked it, but
right? Like, isn't that crazy? Like, it's like Go is a game sort of like Othello or chess or whatever like that. It's more complicated, obviously, but like, sorry to interrupt. Just the premise that's like, this is a show about a board game, and it's just like how,
and not even like
how could it be that engrossing?
War miniature board game or anything like that where you can collect stuff. It's like watching a story about a chess player. It's essentially area control style game. It's one of the oldest games ever, so like kind of plays into the whole thing where a spirit from 1,000 years ago comes back and like embody or like kind of like goes into this kid, haunts this kid or whatever, but all he wants to do is play Go, and so the kid starts to learn how to play Go, and but he was like one of the best players of all time, and like even in today's date and modern age. So it's an interesting thing. Unfortunately, it didn't ever finish. They didn't finish the anime, so there's like stuff they're setting up. We're like, oh, this is gonna be cool, and like it definitely ends in a way. It's like, well, it's setting up for the next section, but then you're like, well, there's no more. So just kind of have to read on ahead, I guess, which is fine. But it was really enjoyable to watch, just like the progression of the characters and the story and how
it's like
they grow.
Who invented this? I was thinking about that with anime. Like, there's always the same, no matter what anime. It doesn't matter the story. Any action anime, it's like the same cadence. It's just a matter how they pull it off. But it's always main character has to become stronger throughout the entire show. Break through the next wall, break through the next wall, break through the next wall. Always that other antagonist to his like partial, like not complete villain or partial villain
the nemesis,
who has to push him,
and then,
has to push him through.
Right, the rival, and then like they team up or something.
Yeah, it's like, and that formula is in every anime that's like major. And I'm just like thinking like, what anime started that? I would love to know that.
Yeah.
Because at some point they solved it. Because like you didn't have that in Gundam. If you remember, like original Gundam, I don't think it had that. Like the older animes didn't have that. So somebody came up with this idea.
Dragon Ball.
It was
I know Dragon Ball had it, but I think it has to be. Yeah, I mean it could have been Dragon Ball.
You talk about what, like just filler or flashback?
No, just the idea of a hero having to overcome and become stronger, and then another villain comes in, and then another one that's even more powerful. And this is the most powerful villain, but then now he's got to face even more powerful.
And he has to do something to level himself up. And
right. I mean, in anime, probably it's Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z.
You think it was?
But
like,
I mean, if you think, I mean, a lot of that inspiration did come from like Superman, because I mean that was what it was. Like, they'd kept having to make stronger enemies for Superman, and just kept.
But the thing is, he was always the strongest. They were trying to find a way to tear him down. Where it's like, you start off and you become that, which is, I can see the difference. But it works though, because that's what you want. You want to see your hero grow and become stronger, and like you want to root for somebody to overcome, in a way, and you want to be relatable. It's in that sense. They want that some way to where you can kind of feel like you're growing and going on this journey together.
Yeah.
So that was really fun.
Yeah, cool.
Also watched The Rookie with Nathan Fillion, which is really, it's a fun show. Just love it still. And some Disney Plus stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome stuff. Tony?
Just making my way through Friends. It's really funny. I've been so tired because work's been really shitty lately, but so I just kind of zone out. And it's just funny because the show starts like in the early 90s, where like, they don't have internet, they don't have cell phone, but as the series goes on, that stuff starts getting introduced because it's new technology. And it's kind of funny because they're like, oh, look, I wanted the internet and like ordered, whatever. And I'm just like, it's like,
well, like in that Go show, like they like, oh, do you know how to use the internet?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, we can play Go online. It's like, yeah, you can totally play Go online.
It's like, kids don't know how to use a computer. What is this crazy timeline?
Yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I forgot I've been watching a lot of Doug. Like not from Disney Plus, actually. I was watching Doug on Hulu before Disney Plus even launched. I don't know what it is. It's like the perfect thing to put on like at night. I was like, just because you said like really tired. I'm like, yeah, I've been really tired, and that's my thing too. So I watched I've watched the first 2 seasons of Doug. What a great cartoon that was. Just iconic theme song. And Pork Chop. So, all right, let's get into the box office. Let's see. There was a disappointment this week. It was Dr. Sleep. Well, it was all Midway opened at 17.6 at number 1, which is not great. Dr. Sleep is a bomb. It's going to lose, I think, $80 million projected right now. I think they have themselves to blame for Dr. Sleep. How do you release this movie after Halloween?
Yeah.
I think that was a big miss.
I didn't even know it was coming out right now. I thought it was like way in the future that it was coming out.
I knew it was coming in November, and I just didn't remember what week. And this is just bad timing for it. Like just horrible timing.
Just badly marketed too. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the marketing wasn't very good.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know it was a sequel to The Shining until what, like 3 weeks ago when we were talking about it. Whenever we did our fall preview, I do remember it was a month ago. So
Midway, I guess, was good timing for that. Like talk about timing, you know.
Yeah.
Veterans Day.
Yeah, that was what they were trying to have for that. Midway. Playing with Fire at number 3, Last Christmas at number 4, and Terminator, which is on hold now. The series' future is now on hold officially from Paramount. Big shock there, considering how much it's going to lose for them. But that only did 10.8 million. So Joker was almost in the top 5 still at 9.3. But bad box office, really bad. I mean, was it not next week? Is it? No, is it next week? Oh, it is next week. Next week it goes back. Next week we get a box office explosion, if you will. Frozen 2.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be very, very strong.
Wait, that's next week?
Yeah. It'll be very strong.
Jesus.
What else? I mean, there's nothing to go see besides that. So I think there's going to be a big. There's nothing. I mean, what? No, yeah, it's not. Well, it's not this week. It's the 22nd. This week is Ford versus Ferrari and Charlie's Angels. So expect something else that's not going to be that great. So, all right.
So it's 10 days. That's weird.
10 days.
Comes out Wednesday.
The 20. Oh no, 22nd. Comes out 22nd. I'm sorry. I thought, did I say 20th? I meant 22nd. So,
oh no, I'm going on.
So
20th. It's 2 weeks. It comes out.
It's 2 weeks. Yeah. Well, yeah. We're already in the week, so I just counted this a week. Next week, I count this week as this week coming out. I said next week.
Gotcha.
Coming out. So, let's get into the news. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Well, I don't even have it open. I'm sorry. I'm not prepared. Okay, here we go. Halo. Showtime's Halo TV show has officially begun production. Cast photo, everything. It's filming for I think a 2021 release. So
okay,
it's happening. It's official.
What is it? I mean, what is it gonna do? Like
the premise? We haven't found that out much yet. I mean, all we know is that it does follow the Master Chief.
Okay.
So it does. I mean, they're not gonna stay away from that.
I mean, I thought that one thing they did was fine. Like the
the shorts from was that the guy from District 9?
No, I think he was going to do stuff. He did that one little fan thing, I thought, and then he was trying to do a Halo movie, but then it never turned out.
It just seems weird. Like, I don't know. I just think
I've
talked about it. Yeah, it just missed its window because like Halo, I don't think it's been less popular ever. Like, I mean, even the first Halo game,
I agree.
Was gigantic, and unfortunately, it's floundered under 343. So
yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't disagree with you on this at all. I think that next year they're going to have the Halo Infinite, I'm sure, coming out, but and I think that's what they're planning on for this is kind of it's like merchandising each other, advertising for both.
Yeah,
but you're right though. Like, how many people are even hyped for Halo Infinite? Really, So, but it's on. Hey, it's actually happening. They're following through with it since 2013. They've been trying to make this. So, all right. Let's talk about more movies. Let's talk about Sonic. Let's go straight to Sonic here. Sonic the Hedgehog trailer. I gotta say, this was either brilliant marketing by them.
It's not marketing. Oh my god.
Or they've done. I know. I was joking on. On Facebook, I wrote conspiracy theory, but they did a fantastic job on his redesign, and I even loved having him look like this. And the new cut of the trailer they released, I thought looks like a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. So
we got a little bit more story. I mean, the idea of like
it makes more sense. Yeah,
you get a little understanding like what's going on here. But yeah, as far as a Sonic the Hedgehog character, like it wasn't hard. You didn't need to do anything other than take the character that was in the game and put it in the film.
No, and they did that. Yeah.
So I mean, it's like what was this rat that you had before that?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, this looks great now. Like, this is all they need to do.
Yeah. It looks better. I still don't understand.
Night and day. I mean, it's ridiculous how like you take a character that's iconic, like the look of the character is iconic, and you change it. Why? Why do you do this?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, he hasn't had the same look for 25 years either, but he does.
No, but his like when you look at Sonic, you recognize Sonic immediately. When you looked at the rat that was on the screen in the first trailer, that was not Sonic.
Sure, but I don't know. This one it's better. I still have issues with it. I don't know why all the places that are clearly skin need to be fur. They're still that way. But
Well, they didn't change much with the torso as much. I mean, they did a little bit, but not very much. And they just really changed his face. I mean, the face is the big fix.
face is important.
Well, the eyes, yeah.
It looks better for sure.
Game
but
with tan.
Well, the overall face, I think they changed a lot of stuff, and that's where the biggest drastic differences come from. And I think it looks great. Just the eyes are the biggest thing you can change.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I did like, but I like the trailer with like they have the rings inclusive in this, where how they're using the rings. Looks like traveling between worlds. And Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik looks like a lot of fun. I'm sorry, but it looked like that was the one thing from the first trailer that we all really liked, and I think it continues in this trailer here. I don't think there's any argument there.
Yeah, it's an interesting take, and we'll see. It still could be awful, but
Oh yeah, I'm not expecting greatness. It's a video game movie, guys. At the end of the day, it's a video game movie. We
No,
cannot
I
expect
mean the movie's still gonna be the movie, regardless of how Sonic looks. But like,
But does anybody feel more obligated to go see this because they worked on it and they fixed it?
no,
No.
obligated. No,
obligated is a strong word, but
Like, do you feel like?
I feel more willing to.
I mean, just because they went and they spent the time to fix it, do you feel like you want to go see it more? Like, I feel like for me,
Sure, it went from 0 to non-zero.
No,
I
but
don't
I
know
mean-
what that is yet.
because they put the time into this, like we all knew this movie was not going to be a great movie. Like it's not going to be great. I'm going to make this. This is a bold statement for all you listening right now.
Very bold.
Yeah, this is not going to be a good movie. And I knew this when they showed the trailer. So it's like almost like why redesign the Sonic because you know the movie's going to be shit. But then they spent the time to fix him, and it's like for me, I'm like, yeah, I should go and reward that they listened and they did the work by going.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand where you're coming from, Jim. I think this was something that, they had to do it. The thing is, how did that get out the door? Like, I just don't understand. How did the original design get out the door? Like, somebody had to have said something somewhere along the line, right?
Like, what are we doing? Can we make him look like Sonic, please?
Yeah.
But,
no, I mean, as far as like obligation or like willingness or like, hey, I want to support these guys because they actually went back. I don't feel like that for this movie particularly, but I'm happy that they did it. I'm glad that they did it.
I felt that more when EA got rid of its loot boxes in Battlefront 2.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's
the thing is, like, the movie's
February-
still gonna be the movie. Like, I don't
comes
know.
out Valentine's Day, so.
Yeah.
All right. We have more Batman news this week. As more news, we're gonna get a costume reveal soon, I'm sure. With all the news that's coming out for the casting, I think we're gonna see costumes soon. But they just cast Jamie Lawson, who's a new actress in a mysterious role, which actually has now been confirmed to be her name is Belle. My
Nickname
theory here,
Belle?
yes, my theory here is this is Barbara Gordon
Why? Because
or
Gordon's black now.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that they cast her. Belle, is going to be his daughter. I think that's who. I think maybe it's not traditional Barbara name. I think we're going Belle, but I think that's I don't think that's a stretch. I think that's who she's going to play.
It's possible.
Okay.
So I'll be on record saying that. So this has. Did we already report this was based on the Long Halloween?
I mean,
I
I
forget.
don't know. Maybe.
I don't think we talked about it on air, but a lot of it would have heard is going to be like a lot of year one stuff, right?
They're going based on the Long Halloween storyline, so there's going to have a lot of different characters and villains in this. Just based on that story alone, I can imagine that is a lot. So, But yeah, so that's kind of cool. I'm actually because I get kind of worried when you hear about all these castings for characters and villains and stuff when you're like you're worried about overload. But if you're talking about very very short instances of a lot of these characters, it's fine. And that sounds like what we're going to get here. So,
Well, the Long Halloween story took place over a year, and also
Yes,
it's very much a mystery more than most Batman stories. It's,
But I
more
think that's what they were.
detective-y.
But that's what I'm saying. They did say that also. I mean, Matt Reeves went on record when he first was doing this saying he would like to bring him back to more of a detective than he said that. So this all jives with what he's been saying. So it makes sense. This is what we're going to be getting in, not exactly, but we'll be getting the style of the Long Halloween. So
Cool.
Yeah. All right. What do we have? That's it for other news besides Disney Plus. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of this and talk Disney's new streaming service that launched. They're giving 1 week free trial, I believe, for those who have not tried it out yet. Like I said, there's been connectivity problems throughout the day. They did not anticipate the amount of people watching, which is crazy. If you look at the stats, they're 3% of Netflix's subscribers.
Mhm.
That's all they have. And I'm like, wow. And they couldn't anticipate the viewership here. I'm like, I don't know if they planned well enough for this, but whatever.
It's the launch of, dude, anything. Any launch
I know.
live service. Like,
And it was working. I got to watch Mandalorian.
It was working. It was just, it was suboptimal, which is fine. It wasn't like it was hard down. If it was a hard down, that'd be like, don't know about this one.
Yeah. So I think I would like to say like a couple of stats here before we get into what we watched, but like to have the 3% as many subscribers, but they also have like not stats, but they're going to release new episodes for those wondering for these shows traditionally on Fridays. So expect the newest episodes Friday mornings. By the time you wake up, it's going to be like midnight Pacific, I think, 3 a.m. Eastern. So that's their release schedule because this is a weekly based service. So it's not like Netflix where not yet, at least they're not releasing everything in one lump sum.
Unless it's already been out.
Unless it's already been out, then everything's on there, which everything is. I mean, there's so much stuff. Their interface is not the greatest. It's based on Movies Anywhere, which is another service they own. And that's been around for a while, and I always feel like it's impossible to find things on there. And it's the same thing here. Like, I had a hard time finding, believe it or not, like I made a second profile for my girlfriend's daughter, and she's like crazy about Goof Troop. We were watching that this morning, and she's like hooked on that show. And
nice.
So I made her own profile because I'm like, well, I don't want her like feed messing up my feed. But first of all, there's really no feeds going on yet. And second, like I logged into her account and I had to like search GOO only to find Goof Troop. If I did GOOF, it disappeared. So it was weird.
Same thing when I typed. I was like, first thing I went for was Darkwing Duck, and I typed in Darkwing, and it wasn't there. And I typed in Dark, and it was there. I was like, okay.
Yeah. So you got to type Goo to get Goof Troop. If you do Goof, it gets the movies. They're all there, but not Goof Troop. But yeah. Anyways, those are some minor gripes I have with it, but it's not. That's week one, I mean, day one. So we're gonna get interface changes as we go. So guys, Tony, what did you check out?
First thing I checked out was X-Men, animated series, because classic. That's what kind of even got me into comics to begin with, I think. But that show has not aged well, like many other childhood favorites.
Or just like the stories.
Because when I was a younger kid, I loved Transformers, of Voltron. Those shows haven't aged well. But we're into the '90s now, and I'm just like. Shouldn't they know a little bit better to like not do some things like literally in the first episode, or maybe it's the second, I'm sorry, because I know it's a two-parter or whatever, Night of the Sentinels or whatever.
Yep, Jubilee's episode.
And there's this shot where like a lot of the X-Men are in like the command center or whatever, and they're just like planning what to do. And cool. Way to be a team player, Wolverine. You're cool.
You almost don't blame Cyclops, but that show. The worst part about that show is like after season 4, it gets
Yeah.
like it tank. Oh no, 5. Maybe it's 5.
It's the 5th season where like the animators change.
That's what I'm saying. That changed, and that was bad. But even like I remember the Savage Land taking forever. That's what I'll remember about that show is how long Savage Land was.
They did that thing where for like I don't know how many weeks it was kind of like a stinger at the end of each episode where
And they were like contained episodes based on one character.
No. Well, I mean, yes, but also before that, it was even like a regular episode, and then like Magneto and Xavier in the Savage Land, like at the very end for like I don't know how long they dragged that out, but
yeah, for a while.
Oh,
For a while.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. All right.
It's still like classic, obviously. I mean, I still love that. Like, there's some really great storylines too.
What else? Yeah. What else? Tony, did you watch anything else today?
I flipped through some of the Star Wars stuff that like just check it out.
You know,
Yeah.
Solo's not on there.
Yeah,
It's on Netflix only.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
so-
probably have to-
it's actually there, but it says this won't be available until like
June
2021
June
or something
2020.
nonsense.
June 2020. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But go on.
Same thing with Ant-Man 2. It's like 2021 January.
That's crazy.
So.
Yeah. Netflix agreements. But
Yeah.
Tony, what were you saying? Go on.
But yeah, I was just flipping to that. Apparently, the original trilogy for Star Wars is like the enhanced edition again.
Well,
And
the weird part, yeah, did you hear about that? Like he was working on them again.
yeah,
That just came out today. He changed something else before that Disney bought it.
Mhm.
yeah. So now like there's this, the infamous scene where Han shoots Greedo.
Yeah.
Right.
So now it looks so bad if you do it in slow mo, but like
Is this the one?
yeah. He goes like this. And like that, and like if you slow it down enough, the animation it literally just looks like somebody goes in paint and just like draws a red line as like the blaster shot that Greedo shoots out, like just like like that. It's like okay, like obviously nobody's watching it in that slow motion regularly, but it's
Greedo
it's so
shoots
bad.
first still.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
It's
but,
terrible. Terrible change.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. I'll probably check out some more stuff tomorrow.
Yeah,
and-
Greedo now says something as before he shoots. There's like an extra line. George Lucas added some line there. So before they bought it. So this was not a Disney move for those wondering. They didn't make any
I
changes.
bet you he was like, I can't wait for these fucking nerds to get so mad about this shit.
He was probably laughing.
My
all the
last
way.
change.
Yeah, he's probably laughing all the way. So,
100%.
Mike, what'd you end up watching?
Darkwing Duck actually.
Nice.
Just watched a handful of those just to see if it worked, and that's been it so far.
Holds up.
I don't remember it too much because I didn't actually have Disney Channel as a kid, but I did occasionally go to where my dad worked. He owned a nightclub at the time, and there was a satellite then that did have Disney Channel. So I like once a week saw a little bit of it. So I seen it a little bit, but I don't really remember it. I'm happy that it's funny enough now, and it holds up. I just wasn't sure like how much of a. I thought he was like remember being disappointed that he wasn't as cool as like he could be. Like he was kind of a joke, but
Yeah.
now watching it again, at least at the beginning, he's not as bad as Inspector Gadget. I thought he was like Inspector Gadget level, like an idiot, but he's not that bad. He's not that bad, so I like it a little like more than that in my memory where I just was always frustrated with him.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I kind of remember him as being like a parody of Batman, where like,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
not as cool.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, obviously.
They didn't work as well. Yeah.
But like being that kind of goofy character, not goofy as in goofy, but as in just a goofball.
No,
But yeah, no,
again,
it's fun. They did make him more competent than you would think.
Then Inspector Gadget, who really is just an idiot.
Right. Well, because Penny solves every case, but
Yeah.
no, I mean, I also you put him with like, because like the girl in this is also like much more competent too. So
Yeah.
because you have Quackshot, and obviously Quackshot's not going to do anything. Or what's his name?
Launchpad.
Launchpad. I don't know why I said Quackshot's the video game with Donald Duck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Mike, is that all you got to watch?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, Lion King is on right now, but I'm not technically watching it.
Okay. Corey?
No, I watched some Darkwing Duck, and I queued up Gargoyles. Because why not?
Nice.
That's definitely going to be the
That's
thing I
happening,
binge.
I think, tomorrow. I don't like. I want to finish Demon Slayer before I start any of these old cartoons again.
Right. Yeah.
And actually, I queued up X-Men Evolution because
I like that show.
Because I was like 13, 14 at the time, and I'm like, I don't want this new version of X-Men. Screw this. This is not what I remembered. So I didn't watch it. And like then like flash forward to like that's in the past. And, like everyone's like, oh, this show is great. I'm like, I guess I should watch it now as an adult.
It's good. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's good.
I liked it. When it ends, it's starting to touch that level of greatness.
Yeah,
it started getting really good. Yeah.
I was like, like that first season is really rough. It's just kind of like, I don't know about this direction. But the second season, I'm like, okay, like it's not terrible.
It started at the finale, like towards the end of season 1 is when it actually started picking up, and then like, it carried right in, and it was great. Season 2, So.
And I remember when it ended, I was just like, wait, there's no more. I was like, and then I was like kind of mad. I was like, fuck, like it just was getting really good.
Remember do they have MTV Spider-Man on here?
No, well, the one I was looking for, which I didn't see,
one.
was the
Patrick Harris
Spectacular Spider-Man.
That's a good. Yeah.
And I didn't see it on there.
But there's Spider-Man Unlimited, that one season you can watch.
Yeah. And the original.
I don't know if I'm not searching correctly or something yet, but I didn't see that. But that's the other thing I was going to try to queue up. Was Spectacular Spider-Man. I thought that was a really good one. And then obviously, I don't know if you guys haven't mentioned, but Mandalorian.
Yeah, I watched Mandalorian. So that was the first thing I put on. Like there was no I had Goof Troop on this morning, but like I immediately watched Mandalorian when I had a chance. I was like, that's it.
Is that all available at once or just
no? It's one episode a week.
One episode a week. It was only 40 minutes. I was shocked how short the episode is. It's a 40-minute episode. Very
budget, man.
Yeah. Well, it's you saw it, Corey?
Yeah.
Okay, so like I thought the beginning CGI wasn't great, but it felt like it got better as it went.
Oh, I thought the opposite.
Really, I felt like the beginning was like, this was not great CGI, but I think like the ship and stuff later on was fine.
I thought that. I was thinking at the end sequence, like there's certain they're kind of riding on something. I'm like, that's so janky looking right now, because like they do a great job of all this practical. Like so much. They did a lot of
practical. Yeah,
it's like majority of it's practical. So when the CGI comes in and it's janky, it's really janky.
Yeah.
I thought, like I said, I thought that was really bad at that sequence there. But as far as everything else goes, like it looks like a worn down, like dirty old Western type of look to it, and it was a lot of fun to watch. I'd say it was really
loved
enjoyable.
Loved this episode. I really want to know, because like I before we started, like today, I'm like immediately trying to gather my thoughts for the podcast without spoilers. So I immediately want to know what they want to do for the series as a story, because there's not like it's a good mark of a good episode, I guess, a good pilot episode, because there's so many questions I have. Like it makes you ask a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Because if you don't follow any of the old mythology or the Star Wars mythos of it, or the Clone Wars, you don't really know anything about the Mandalorians. So it's like this is a new character for most people in the Star Wars universe. Like I don't know anything about these people, and it's like there's a lot of questions you have, and there's more from this. Like you're like, okay, I thought maybe I was going to get some stuff. So I really want to know if they're going to start fleshing out more of the character, but. Other than that, the character's awesome, but they do need to flesh him out a little bit, Yeah,
and it's interesting because it seems like because the Mandalorian armor is very significant, and it's like they do some stuff here where it's like, oh, I wonder, like, I want to know more about what's going on here, because
yes, there's a lot of questions with that. So, that side, even the armor, I'm like, okay, I want to know what this, but trying to keep it spoiler free. But I really enjoyed the episode, like as a good pilot episode. I really, it makes me want to know, like, I want to see a little more story in episode 2. But
sure, but it's a great kickoff point for this character, and they do tease stuff where it's like, all right, so here's a little bit of like a little sprinkling of history, like, okay, we got an idea of what's going on in this guy's past and like how he's getting here, but I want to know more now. And then people like say things that you are saying, like thinking yourself, it's like, you guys ever take off your helmets? It's like stuff like that. So it's cool, and it's just so real looking though. Like it's really cool to see a show like this that's got so many practical effects that it just doesn't look like a computer animated thing. It's like looks like this was a real like production and stuff. So that's what I was most impressed with, actually.
Yeah.
Just how good it looked.
Yeah, but
for like a
maybe it
speed
was
up
the
broken
CG.
down.
Maybe because they brought the CG in the beginning and I noticed it, and then obviously at the end I'm not going to disagree with you on that. But yeah, so and there's a nice little awesome. I mean, it's supposed to be a really like shocking moment. So, but you know, it's a good pilot. Very good pilot. Very good pilot.
Yeah.
Excellent pilot. So it does make you want to see the next episode. So that's what it's supposed to do. So yeah, very good.
I didn't realize it was going to be a weekly thing either. I was like, all right, let's cue it up. What's next? And I was like, oh,
I know.
never mind.
I was like, oh, I'm like, why do I
Does
watch
that mean
today?
we're getting one on Friday? Like, is that?
I don't know. I hope so. I hope
like,
so. Actually,
they got it. Like, they can't
Yeah.
like give us like.
I
10
really
days
hope
or-
they give us Friday because yeah, that would be great to be able to watch the next episode for this. And like it feels like this is the kind of show that you want to watch to avoid the spoilers. So
yeah, this show can like this is a system seller for
Yeah.
sure.
this is it,
So-
yeah. So it makes me wonder about like the Marvel stuff, guys. Did you see the Marvel trailer? They
No.
have a 12.5-minute Marvel preview on this as well. It's impossible to find, so you have to just click through the Marvel stuff, and you'll find like basically the Comic-Con stuff that the cuts they
Well,
put
when I
in.
saw a headline on some article saying like how to search for what you're looking for on Disney Plus, I was like, wait, if there's articles on this already, it's like,
Yeah.
this can't be a great interface.
And then so that it's there. I had to go flip through to find it, but then I also looked. I checked out the shorts thing from Pixar, like the ones where they're in real
Yeah, all
life.
the different shorts. Yeah.
I didn't know it was only gonna be like 5 minutes long, and they're like only one right now, so that's gonna be weekly as well. I feel like that should be like an all-in. I think that should just be released. I'm sorry, but I disagree with that thing. I was gonna watch Jeff Goldblum's show, but that's when the service went completely down for a while, and I was like, okay, well, more Demon Slayer, so
Yeah.
that's what happened. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm very impressed.
Oh, it's very exciting. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just so much there. And you like, I'm looking at it now, and just like, there's things on here. I'm like, oh, that I totally forgot that could totally be on here. Like Avatar, like what the,
Yeah.
James Cameron Avatar. That's on here. Yep. Obviously.
So
Yeah, they're expanding the universe. That Marvel. That's the thing you're talking about.
Yes.
Did you see that they
Under documentaries? Yeah.
Expanding the
Apparently
universe. Yeah, go on.
apparently they had deleted scenes from Endgame on there,
Mm.
where one was Tony Stark talking to his daughter who was grown up in the Soul Stone or something like that, and apparently there's another one where the scene between Black Widow and Hawkeye ends differently on Vormir.
Okay. Yeah, no,
But,
it's cool because like when you go to the movies, they have the extras.
Yeah.
You just click on the extras and see all the different extras. So like, you have audio commentaries and things like that, and yeah, it's saying delete scene, gag reels and stuff. It's really neat.
Yeah. There's some cool stuff I want to check out with that. So, cool. All right. I think that's our nice preview. I'm sure we'll talk some more Mandalorian. Those Marvel shows will be coming soon for this. So, other than that, they got to update their interface like pronto in terms of finding things because there's just so much content. It's like your screen gets overloaded with everything. But other than that, it looks good. So that's gonna wrap up
Exciting.
400. Yeah, it's gonna wrap up 472 of the Moviecast. Thanks for tuning in. You can write us podcast at allyoucangeek.net. Follow us on Twitter, allyoucangeek. Like us on Facebook. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you guys on the Gamecast and next week. See you soon. Cool. All right, that's that one.